Alright, I'm ready to start my next junk journal. So this is another trip. I'm not for sure which one it is, so let's pull everything out and see. What was this? Oh, this is last year, September, when we went to San Antonio. Is that everything? Okay. Alright, so we went to San Antonio for my birthday last year, and that was both the first time we had been, so it was a lot of fun. So, receipts. The Macara, this was the name of the hotel we stayed at. Receipts. Macara. Receipts. Lots of receipts. And then this is like a brochure. What? Is like, there's like sugar crystals in here. Did I keep a sugar packet and not realize it? I don't know why there's sugar crystals. Anyway, we stopped at I don't know what this was. The Alma. We stopped at the Alma. Then we went to SeaWorld. What is this? We went to Ripley's, believe it or not. I like Ripley's. I know they're kind of hokey, but then they're all pretty much the same, but I do enjoy going to Ripley's. Map from SeaWorld. More receipts. What is this? I don't know what this was. More receipts. What is... Why is there little sugar crystals everywhere? We went to the San Antonio Zoo because they held Mold-A-Ramas. Had to get the Mold-A-Ramas. These are tickets for SeaWorld. Receipts, receipts, receipts. Pamphlet from just walking around San Antonio. Some more pamphlets. A map. Oh, that's a nice paper one, so I'll definitely use that somehow. SeaWorld map. Hotel stuff. Oh my god, what is... I don't know why there is sugar everywhere. I'll just put it on the floor of a vacuum later. Okay, so Southwest, we did fly. And then there's our hotel information. We did get a rental car too. I don't know where the rental car stuff is. And then some stuff we printed out. There's the airfare. Okay. More maps. Oh, we did go to Six Flags. Oh, and I guess our Fright Fest had started, but when we were there, it was just the normal Six Flags. That's interesting. And then a bag from the zoo. And then, what is this black bag? Okay. And then, oh my god, I guess we did go to the Wax Museum. And I just, I love dinosaurs, so I had to get a picture of that. I totally forgot we went to the, oh, and I love sharks, so I had to pose for, oh my goodness. Too funny. I totally forgot about those. These are going to be framed. They're not going to be in my junk journal. And now I have a trash bag. Okay. So, lots of stuff to work with here for sure. I'm definitely going to have to look through the pictures to refresh my memory because I don't remember getting those pictures. Oops, I can't remember everything. I go on way too many vacations. So, not really. I love going on vacation. But anyway, let me get it started and I don't know what my next step is. I don't really have any paper that I want to reuse. So I got to look through in this packet, I don't have any paper that I can see right off the bat. I think would make good journal pages. So that's no big deal. I have scrapbook paper, so I will just sort through my scrapbook paper until I find pages that I think will be appropriate for this trip. Alright, this is my San Antonio book. Before I add anything, I did actually decide to use the string method to bind it because it was pretty thick and I just didn't think the Staples was going to do. So I just took a piece of like, I did end up using more of the brochures for the actual paper. So my cover is just a piece of scrapbook paper that kind of reminded me of San Antonio, like orange and red, and just, and then I have, this is just photo paper, but it's not glossy. I didn't like printing photos on it, so I just reuse it as regular paper, because you can see one side is completely like matte white, and so it's easy to write on. And then this side is going to be covered with washi tape and stuff, so I didn't really care that it says Kodak paper. And then I used a bunch of the maps, and then here's another map. And so to write on this, I'll just add like little post-it notes or stuff that I can write on. And then another piece of white paper, which mainly I'll focus journaling on this side of the white paper. Because I want to put some stuff over the map, but I don't want to lose most of the map, you know what I'm saying? Like this side I'll cover because it's boring. But this side I'll leave because it's a cool map from the zoo. And then the middle is another one of those, excuse me, hotel books. And then that your room key cards come in. And then I'll just use that as a pocket. And you can see this, I use the binding method. And I just do 5 holes, so that way I end up back in the middle. And so if there's 5 holes, you start right here, you go under, over, or under, over, under, over, and back and forth. And that way you end up with each side covered and no double strings. If you don't understand what I'm saying and you're interested, I can do a video on that, but I think that's pretty standard for how people use string to bind it. And then here's the other side of the maps, and then more paper. So that's it. So 10 pages. And now I will start adding the receipts and my journaling. Alright, I am done with my San Antonio junk journal, travel junk journal. Alright, so the first page, I got stencils, so I'm making use of the stencils. And then this was a photo I took at the San Antonio Zoo as my favorite photo of a hippo. And then here's all my expenses, my travel expenses, food expenses, souvenirs. And then these are just different maps that I'm using. I cut to fit. This one was just a general San Antonio map. This was like the area we stayed at. And then this one is SeaWorld. That map is SeaWorld. And then this is another part of SeaWorld. The Makara is the hotel we stayed at, and just some journaling and some a coaster from Makara. And then, I don't know how to pronounce it, just some more journaling. And then we went to SeaWorld, so here's a little pocket with our SeaWorld tickets. And then I think I need to find some animal stickers to add right there. And we also went to the San Antonio Zoo, so just some receipts from there. And at the San Antonio Zoo, we got some Mold-A-Ramas. If you're not familiar with Mold-A-Ramas, they are these like plastic blow mold toys. Like this machine makes them in front of you, and it's just like something that was popular in the 70s. And there are 2 companies that maintain these machines for people who still like them. It's pretty cool. They're $3 each. It's just a cute little souvenir we like to get. There's not tons of Mold-A-Rama machines, so every time I see one, I definitely want to get one. And then here is a piece of map from the zoo, and some more journaling. And then this just was a piece of map from the Alamo that I'm just paper clipping in. And this is like a brochure or our ticket folder, our room card folder from the hotel. And then this was just a card I taped in. So then it flips up and there's a receipt. This was our favorite dinner that was at the, I can't read it, the Ostra, and just like what we ate that night. And then a picture of our room. And then it was my birthday, so my husband had like a dozen roses delivered. And these are some chocolate covered strawberries and some fruit and a bottle of wine for my birthday. And some more pictures. This is me and my husband, some journaling. This is a picture from the Riverwalk. If you're not familiar with the Riverwalk at San Antonio, There's like a whole tourist area that has like shops and restaurants, and there is a river that goes through, and you can rent, or you can't drive the boat, but they have boat rides where you can ride, like a little bigger than a gondola. I can't remember what they call them, but there's like walking paths up and down on either side, and we actually spent a lot of time walking around, just looking at the shops and eating at the restaurants, and it's just really, really neat. I really enjoyed the Riverwalk. And our hotel was right on this, so we could see this from our room, and every night, actually like 2 or 3 times a day, we would walk. We did a lot of walking that vacation. Here's the back side of the map. This is SeaWorld again, and then some more journaling, and then some more tickets. We went to Ripley's Believe It or Not. There's just some receipts, and then this was just like a card from, I don't know, one of those machines. You stick $1 in, it tells your fortune or something. And then we also went to Six Flags, Texas. We weren't necessarily planning on going to Six Flags, but the zoo didn't take as long as we expected, and it was nearby. We have season passes to Six Flags St. Louis, and that pass also let us get into this Six Flags for free, so that was really cool. So we also got to park for free, which is good, because if you've ever been to Six Flags and you don't have a pass, parking's like $25. It's crazy expensive. But our pass covered everything, and so we spent a couple hours at Six Flags, and it was a lot of fun. And this is just another piece of a map. This is SeaWorld. And then, of course, you know, I love arcades, so this is just a picture of some stuff we won, and then some Dave & Buster tickets. There was a Dave & Buster's near the Riverwalk, so we would walk to it several times. And then also SeaWorld had an arcade, so we played arcade games at SeaWorld. Another piece of a map. I originally was going to like cover the, like just add little journal spots, but I love the look of the map just as is, so I'm just leaving it. And then there's plenty of other journaling spots. I got all of my thoughts down, so I just want to leave these map parts as it is. It looks cool. And then some, like I said, we went to Dave & Buster's a lot. These are just receipts of like I used tickets to get some prizes. And then I had another more journaling comments. I could write here too. I'm gonna write some more thoughts right there. And then the last page, the last day before we flew out, we stopped by the San Antonio Missions National Historic Park. So there is a mission, and there was a church, a really beautiful church, and it is a national park. If you're familiar with the National Park Service, they have a stamp souvenir system that at any national park, they'll have this set up where each park has a seal, and then it also has like, they'll change the date, and then you can get this national park book, and then you can get a date stamp and the regular stamp in your book. And it's just the thing that travelers like to do. If you're not familiar with it and you go to a lot of parks, you should Google it. It's a lot of fun. Like these books will hold like 5 years of worth, and then every year, you see the sticker right here, they come out with new stickers. So it's fun. It's just another inexpensive souvenir that you can collect. I've been going to national parks since college. One summer, as soon as I graduated from college, I worked at Yellowstone National Park, and that's how I discovered this whole stamping system. It's been around forever. I've got like 5 of these books. I love making sure I have a book handy if there's a location. So anyway, it's just something I do. It's like there's a lot of little quirky things I collect and through travels, and it's fun. So if you go to national parks and you haven't heard of this, you should check it out. Basically this is free. You don't even have to buy this book. You could stamp this on just a plain piece of paper and put it in like a junk journal like this. So it's just a free souvenir. And growing up and in college, I was all about finding free things. I still enjoy free things. I'm much better than I was 20 years ago, but I still appreciate inexpensive stuff. So I definitely take advantage of these every time I see them. So anyway, that's my book. I love how I got to consolidate all of that into this little book. And as usual, here's the waste. I got a black bag this time. This is all completely full of scraps that I didn't use, receipts I didn't use. it's going in the recycling bin. So much better to turn that big folder into this little booklet that's like what? 4 by 7, I think is the size of this. Anyway, I love this size. If you do journaling, like there's like the traveler's notebooks, there's like 4 different sizes. You definitely have to find the size that is perfect for you. And for me, this is my favorite size. You just gotta find what size you want. I could definitely make it bigger, like, you know, like a standard, like, I don't have one in front of me. Like the next size up is like this size. This is like what, a 5 by 7. But I like the little smaller. So I definitely see I watch a lot of YouTubers that use like this size. Nothing wrong with this size. It's like definitely has a lot of space. But for whatever reason, I got into this, and so this is the size I'm keeping right now. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please hit the like and subscribe buttons, and I will see you later.